Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by
Travis, TNT Tangerman,
James, and Tyler.
James, the birthday boy. So, what Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UFS topics, as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. If you like the content and you want to support the show, please go out to patreon.com/UFS University. We'd love your support. But if you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally fine. Doing the cool YouTube stuff is also very appreciated. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Open up 45 tabs each with a different video in it.
Join. I don't think we have that yet.
What?
There's a new button called like join, and then
it's for live streamers on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of live streaming, check us out on Sunday Fundays.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially this weekend, because
nobody will be here.
nobody will be here.
They're all going to be at the PTC.
This topic is going to be about comparing cards. I was looking at just every UFS card that's ever existed ever. St. Nicholas is sick. I'm just kidding. And I was looking at like how my question is the
most important question.
The thing that's on my mind, James.
Okay.
42.
Tell me.
Is how do you decide which card that has a similar effect goes in your deck? The example that I have is speed reduction under Earth. You ready?
Okay.
So we have
Heart of the Mountain.
Heart of the Mountain. We have
Know Your Objective.
Thank you. That's the one I actually couldn't think of. We've got Dark
Great
Side of
Sword.
Karma. We've got
Dark Side. I guess
the Great Sword.
Sword of whatever from Zaza-sama.
Yeah. We have now
Evil Eye.
Evil Eye. These are 5 cards that reduce speed, minus speed, return speed to printed. How do you decide, as a player, which of these cards? And I'm not saying what speed reduction do you play. I'm saying what matters to you whenever you are picking a card. What matters to you? You've got so many options.
The frank answer is whatever synergizes the most with your deck, because out of those 5 cards,
It's Tam. Actually, it's not Frank. My name's Tam. It's been Tam the whole time.
all right.
What?
Frank,
I don't
if
think
that
we can be
is
friends.
even your real
I
name.
don't think we can be friends anymore.
Uh,
I
so
don't think we can
it's
be
whatever
friends anymore,
synergizes the best with your deck. So like out of the 5 cards you just named, I think 4 of them have a very specific mode besides the speed reduction.
Like a robot mode, or like
No.
a instant kill mode.
No, like so Evil Eye also says you can remove a character from your hand or card pool to draw a card.
Yeah.
Which is very good in characters that are stacking.
Okay.
What if you're
They're
not stacking?
then
What if you're just playing characters?
So
James.
the counterpoint to that would be I'm not stacking.
Yeah.
I actually care more about the 2/5 than the 3/5 from Guilt Karma, and something in my deck wants to commit a foundation, and so I can still commit a foundation and still use my Evil Eye.
So at that point, why would you say that you want to play Evil Eye over Karma? Because Karma also says cancel a thing, which is
Sure.
very relevant.
Sure, but I'm playing a bunch of one checks, and I can't afford to play any more 3s.
I mean,
So that's like the argument is like
I'm playing 6s and 2s, and I'm playing Marathi.
and I have to have a speed reduction, and so Karma. Sure,
And I have
Karma's in
characters
at
so I
a
can
one
ditch
of
them.
because like Karma's really good, right? But like
Yes.
I have 3 Evil Eye in my deck because I still need that speed reduction, but I can't afford to
6s
play
and
on
2 Marathi
3s.
sounds sick.
It does not actually.
What? How
You
does
get
it-
covert now.
everything gets covered. Sick Goro deck.
Finish your
Gets
thought,
covered.
but like
and
I'm just having a
Sick
conversation.
Goro
And so-
deck, it gets covert.
And so like
it gets covered.
Guardian of the Spirit Sword also says flip, discard a card to pick up an asset, which if your deck has assets that you want to see, like it's obviously very good to rebuy Swordfish 2. It's good to find also various other assets that you may not be playing, like Kali Yuga, just like anything. But it depends on what your deck is doing.
Okay, that's fair. So the card text matters a bunch to you.
So whatever synergizes the best with what your central game plan is. So like obviously, Turn plays Evil Eye because that card's insane in him. It says clear your card pool for draw a card.
Let's get off of these 5 cards because it's kind of, I think, diluting the point of the topic. How do you pick anti-stun hate in a symbol that doesn't have like give me like, how do you determine between anti-stun cards, or how do you determine between your speed buffs, or how do you determine between your draw cards? Blocks?
Yeah.
It's
one of the main issues is, like, if there are multiple, sometimes there's not. Most of the time there's not. But if there are multiple, it depends on, like, what he said the second ability is, as well as what the block is. What do I need for my zones?
So you don't care about difficulty as much?
No.
What about control check?
Sometimes I'd rather have a 5 than a 4.
What?
And
Yeah,
you'd rather have a
right?
6 than a 5.
No, actually, I can care less about 5 to 6.
I mean,
as long as it's not 4. Having a +1 is not the same thing as having a -1. This was a topic we were going to have at one point. What's the difference between a +1 and a +2?
Sure.
But, like, the difference between having one more difficulty doesn't matter as much because the odds of drawing that extra difficulty won't matter outside your first turn.
Okay.
So as long as you're still in a certain, like, range, you should still be fine.
Okay.
yeah.
The increased difficulty only matters for that one turn, maybe the second if you happen to check really, really badly.
Tyler?
I think it comes down to what's newer, because what's newer is better.
Or cooler.
Ooh.
So, like,
Huh.
so let's go back to this. I know you said get away from it. But let's go back to the speed thing. Heart of the Mountain is worse than Know Your Objective because Heart of the Mountain's second ability, because they both do the exact same thing, except for Heart of the Mountain's second ability is discard card for +1, -1, which isn't that good. It's very bad.
Yeah, actually can kill
Know Your
someone.
Objective.
And
Calm down.
it's good gauge. It's good gauge hate.
Hold on.
Know Your Objective isn't as good as, say, Dark Side of Karma, because Dark Side of Karma cancels something and also reduces the speed of printer, which could be more than -2, and where its second ability is flip something else, which could be relevant, but cancel anything.
it's commit.
whenever you
It's
want.
commit. It's not.
Commit
It's not
to
flip.
flip.
Okay,
something.
sure, but like then you lose your -2 speed, and you don't get it back, and that in this context, it nulls the point of it. But then, like, I think the sword card is better than Dark Side of Karma because it's a free -2 on everything, sometimes -3.
Without a commit. It's just once
Without
per
a
turn.
pin. Yeah, it's once per turn. And then when you really need it, you can pick up, say, a card that has Breaker 3 in your discard pile. Just add it to your hand whenever you want.
Yeah.
So, and what that
So you
means
care
is,
more about the advantage that you get off of the
yeah,
initial effect of the card.
sure, yes.
So not necessarily the secondary effect, but the initial effect that it
Yeah.
happens.
It's like I put the sword card in my deck, whose name I can't remember for the life of me.
Guardian of the Spirit Sword.
Guardian of the Spirit Sword. Call it Spirit Sword. Thank you, Travis.
Nerd.
I put that in as a 3 of in any deck that can play it because it's a free -2 speed, and then I can just commit it afterwards because I gave something -2 speed. Oh, you're playing a weapon card because the weapons are really good right now? Hey, it's -3 speed on your attacks. That's amazing.
Card's very good.
It is -4 because you get to commit it for
Sure.
+1 to your check.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah, I get that.
and with that card existing, all the old cards don't matter anymore because they aren't as good. And I don't need a million neg speed cards because I have this, and it's super free.
I actually care about what the cost of the card is. So it is really like the advantage. I care about, so like I want I go by difficulty first. I actually want to have like the lowest curve possible. I want to, on my turn 1, if I can build 7 in my 6-hander, I'm going to do that.
If you build 7 in your 6-hander,
Whoa.
We're playing
that's a sick average.
We're playing Avers, baby.
You play covert.
Yeah, duh, play
Play
covert.
Summer Heat.
Yeah. Oh boy, howdy.
Played more than lost.
But like if I can curve out beautifully on my turn 1 and get like, I just have more text on the board earlier than you, then I'm probably going to win the game because like you're going to feel pressured to not do things on your turn, and I'm going to feel pressured to do things on my turn.
Yeah.
And so like the card text is, as long as it is like comparable, like the difference between like the difference between, I want to say it's Cowgirl Edward and the Mega Man card that says when it's stunned. Cowgirl.
Oh, when it readies.
Yeah, it like
How
readies
do you
this.
choose the difference?
Yeah, how do I choose the difference? The difference is I'm gonna pick Cowgirl
Yeah.
Edward because although it is a 2 diff, it pumps damage and there's like the secondary effect.
Yeah.
So like
The other one gives you +1 speed.
plus commit for +1 speed. If it was just like enhance once per turn +1 speed, I actually pick the other one.
Yeah.
I'd pick the Mega Man card if it didn't have the commit. But the fact that like this card says commit, but like gives me like +1 doesn't matter, but +3 does. Discard a card for +3 matters.
Yeah.
I'd pick that. But like under any of those symbols, I'd pick probably any other card instead. I'd rather just pick like a playable while committed card, or like, hey, I need a speed bonus. I'd rather play a 2 diff if it didn't commit, as opposed to a 1 diff if it did. Right?
I'd rather play Burning with Revenge or Wandering Pirate because those cards are both anti-stun that just does the job better.
Blocks.
Burning with Revenge definitely has a block, and it's
It
it
does not have a block. Anytime you play that card, it's being played in your card pool to be dropped down. That card never.
well,
stays
yeah,
in
you
your
block
hands.
with it and then you drop it down.
Yeah, it's one of the sickest things you can do.
Yeah, like what?
That card will never stay in your hand.
Yeah, because it's being used as a block.
It's being used as an attack.
Okay.
We did not change the topic to Burning with Revenge and how nutty that banned card should be.
That is pretty nutty.
It's just as good as Covert.
It's not. Covert's better.
Agree to disagree. So, like, what matters to me is the value of the words in relation to the number, in relation to the cost. So, like, a 1 diff that has to commit to do something makes my other cards harder to play, but a 2 diff that stays ready when to give -2 speed matters. But on the other hand, I actually think Know Your Objective is insane. I think that card's super
That
super
card
good.
is definitely slept on.
I'm in desperation. Well, I'll flip that refusing to let go. That card that was going to stop my big powerful attack.
Yeah.
My multiple is the thing that has to kill you. Well, I'm at 9. Flip it. I think that ability on a 1 diff is crazy.
It is very good.
Especially because that is just commit. It's a very defensive commit. Do this cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like Unhealthy Diet. Beautiful example of a card that I want to play. We had a topic a long time ago with Jake talking about like how to play aggressive decks, and his mentality of how to play aggressive decks was don't commit cards, quit committing cards for effects.
Yeah,
which makes total sense.
Yeah,
like why would nobody in their right mind ever should have played the BB Hood card commit for +1 damage.
Yeah,
nobody should have played that card. But like, I know we did locally. I know
I know at one time you said it was insane.
I thought that card was super super good, but then like he gave me that mentality, and that's the reason I'm reiterating what it's saying, and it's even more true now, because like I'll commit to do this thing. Oh, you played a Moonset and put one of my ready cards back in my hand. Well, I hope that commit was really worth it, right?
Yeah. If it's not furthering your game plan, then committing extra resources to it probably isn't that good.
Right. Because then you don't get to play more cards and or you don't get to block more of their cards.
Yeah. So like one of the best things as far as like anti-stun goes, all has is obviously Wandering Pirate, or even not even just anti-stun. That card can make a lot of your aggressive turns less punishing.
Yeah, totally.
So like, oh man, I played this on a 5. I checked a 3. Sick. I'll commit these 2 cards. One of them is Wandering Pirate. Already this. When I'm building, I have to commit 1 more. Sick. Already both of them at the end of the turn, or at the beginning of your next turn.
That definitely happened last night, huh?
Yeah. It did. That card is very good.
Super good.
Yeah.
Any last minute thoughts on your choices when putting slots in decks?
Don't listen to people tell you cards are bad. Cards are as good as you want them to be.
It's true. That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Oh, I
love bad.
I also think Flip is super super good.
Flip is.
I think Flip is super underutilized, but Commit Flip blows. Commit Flip's the worst.
Commit Flip better. Out of all of them.
Commit Flip better fucking in the game.
Commit Flip better. Might as well have just said remove. No one cares about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's unloved.
So
why do you think no one likes Funky Tomato?
True.
Actually, I think the card's pretty cool, but like, it's Commit Flip.
Or it has to do something else that's
so
really good.
much.
Like Power Cycle has another relevant effect oh, it's a 2 mid block. When I block with it, already something. It's also a spam. So like
Spam meaning low difficulty with
Yes.
0 or 1 difficulty.
Yep.
You also get to put cards in your card pool for. I can't read that.
Covert.
covert intent. That is true. You also get to put something into your card pool for Fuma Seal, which is Taki's ultra rare, that says clear a card from your card pool to your momentum, and then if it's the only card in your card pool, you draw a card.
That's not covert intent.
You get to put a card in your momentum?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So right now,
Covert intent.
right now I'm playing it in.
You guys don't know yet. And you guys are gonna hate it. You guys are gonna fucking hate it.
They're laughing now. They'll see.
I can't wait to only lose to your Akuma deck because of that card.
I can't wait for you to lose to my Akuma deck, my Teisei deck, my
So-
Goro deck.
Bebop Blue is going to kick the shit
So
out of these guys.
to get off
Man,
Hey, I play
hopefully
Valentine.
I didn't do it on turn 2 and you didn't have momentum.
to get off of that for a second, in Satoshi, I am playing Fumaseal and Shadowblade Shuriken, so I can add.
Play better character.
I can play. I can form Satoshi. This gets 3 speed. It'll clear and I draw after it resolves, and I'll play it on a 6. I'll use Power Cycle to add a Shadowblade Shuriken to my card pool. And then I'll add it to my momentum and draw a card from Shadowblade. I'll draw a card from Fumaseal because it's the only card in my card pool. And then I'll draw another card after it clears.
So I think you're just telling me about this cool deck that you made, as opposed to, like, why would you pick that card as opposed to something else?
So, because it synergizes with my deck, like I was saying.
That's why.
Yeah.
But, like, okay.
So, like, and because it has the additional effect. So, like, it can do more things under certain symbols. Like, they're not going to print a card that does nothing under its symbols with that effect. Like, if it's putting a card into your card pool, that must mean that at least one of the symbols has something to do with cards in their card pool,
That's not true.
which Air obviously does.
I think it's supposed to be the
I'm
all
telling you,
effects,
they're not
but-
thinking about that.
I
I think
mean,
Ryan is. I think Ryan.
I definitely think Ryan is.
Shout outs to Ryan fam.
Yeah,
think Ryan
shout outs.
is.
I think you're doing a good job, buddy. Keep going.
Well, now let's talk about this action real fast.
Okay, that's not a little condescending.
Well, hold up. He did make covert intent.
That is
He
true.
did make covert intent.
You know, slip ups happen.
I want you two to get him mad of covert intent. I think
I
we're gonna-
will.
I think,
That art is sick.
I think we're
I think
gonna
that's gonna probably be the art for Nats.
leave it. It's a good call. I think we're gonna leave it here. Actually, thank you very much for watching this. I would love to hear your deck building ideas. How do you pick which cards that you play in your deck or not? Let us know. Learn us something for once.
Get us learned.
Man,
Tam-
we would really
Tam's not
appreciate.
bright.
We appreciate being good in this game.
Doesn't believe.
So with that,
I want you to ask me.
topic 4.